Hold me close till I get up. Time is
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow, moving with the motion. Following the light that sets me final gates to open to a new tomorrow, moving with the motion,
When tomato my bed.
behind, I'll be home until you hurry.
Come on, let's go really up. Down chillin' with the homies that'll really go. Got a bad chicken in the what the going up? Better bring her up. Why you looking like a stab? Put you in a car fight. Like, better get the fuck up. But another round, cause we getting fucked up. I'ma put you in the dirt, bitch. I ain't gonna find you a bad luck. Go on, nigga. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma hit the jerk. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma hit the jerk. Come on, let's go really up. On the back, on go. But I just wanna hit the bar. I just wanna be the best. I just wanna get up. I ain't never trusted anybody else with my love. Yo, I don't go, bitch. I just wanna go. Go. You know I'm on the road, bitch. I'm making so much cash. I can't see the flow. Yeah, 0 to 100. You know I'm about to blow. John Cena, you better hide your fucking face. You some motherfucker, gaze in every place. You some fake, but you better get safe. Cause I'm fitting here, I'm late. Cause I'm fitting here, I'm in Tokyo. With an all green fit, no jacket. Shady in cars, but you know I'm fucking retro. If you wanna fucking take it to my bedroom. Pop a fucking bean and I ain't talking bento. City lights, but you know I'm in a trance. She's a fucking toss, so I drop my pants. Made it got, she got all of my songs. Yo, took it to the bed, yeah, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma hit the fucking jerk. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma hit the fucking jerk. Come on, let's go really hard.
Feeling like I'm second best, someone that you could forget. Got me drinking that healing, sinking in this feeling. Leave me the time, giving me the signs of life. Making you are clear, but you're gonna leave me in the deep.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Spikes, here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are looking at the first match of day 3, the final day of the event.
And the first map, we are out in Haven, and the attackers are totally pushing towards the defenders at Seaside.
They already have pretty good as you can see. Like, Clove is all the way towards the back, Clove is pushing towards Garage, he gets ISO. And also gets the Sova, who was stuck up in window.
And this is totally opposite to how it started. Like, attacker getting the first pick and then getting demolished by the defenders.
Maybe it has something to do with the smokes not being in place, as you can see. I saw like a smoke by, like one smoke by women, but there were no smokes by the attackers. Even though the defenders got pushed behind, it gave them quite a lot of space to regain back their control.
And that was such an early garage pick. Getting chamber down immediately in the starting of the round. Pushing into garage, getting all the space in the world and still not getting the round is quite disappointing.
Looks like this is going to be a split push. I see 4 of the players going towards garage. And they push chamber together. He gets spotted by the arrow. Pushes him back quite a bit. Smokes for garage. Is chamber gonna push through the smoke? I don't. Looks like it. And
takes down one. But gets taken down.
Gets taken down by Soba.
It's a trade for a trade.
Looks like Neon is still being really patient, holding down A main. Usually you would see a jet player in that position, like with an operator or like with a marshal holding down a lobby, but it's just Neon here.
I think having a jet on Haven is much more of a good pick than Neon.
Than Neon, totally. Like it's so much more efficient, and given that but at the same time the enemy has a cipher. You know, like how is a Neon gonna counter that?
Like, and for peeking longer angles
seconds
and just
left.
getting out
Right
of
here.
there immediately. I think Jet is way better than Neon in that position.
Totally. Looks like the two attackers are kind of stuck. They don't quite have an idea what they do. The spike is led towards Rocky. I think they're just trying to get as many picks as possible. But they also need to die.
10 seconds left.
They also need
Revealing
to die in
area.
this round.
Last
Spike
player
carrier is dead.
standing. Spike down. C.
So while all around does not get any. Not a bad round for the defenders here. I mean, given the loss to one gun. नहीं उनका नहीं हो रहा है
नहीं.
मुझे लगा पूरी टीम का हो रहा है हाँ सबका हो रहा है सबका पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है This is the buy round for the attackers here. Looks like Neon is going to try to hold down towards A long. Might catch a couple players. I mean, ISO looks like he's going to try to counter Neon, but does not work for him.
I'm outta here.
Gets it and
Goes
pushes
down
back.
immediately. And we can see couple of people pushing towards B. And Clove solo entering the site. I think she has been spotted by the woman right here.
Yeah, that was a really good blind. Breach holding down towards A link here. Gets a moment immediately.
Dropping a smoke.
Smokes come down.
I didn't think anyone expected Clove to be
So
pulled up.
And
Yes.
she's making her way into all the way into side. They have full side control towards B, while Breach and Neon, they're both just stuck in that position.
That
Spike
was a
planted.
superb
Shot
shot.
by I mean, we've looked at this guy. He keeps on. He's so clean with his shot and so clean with the deagle in the last round. Neon tries to fight
Last
the
player
face.
standing.
Goes down. And Sova with the sheriff trying to just kill everyone, but
Teleport's ready.
I'm out of here.
30 seconds left.
Watch out!
One enemy remaining.
Gotta go!
Scanning ahead.
Get out of my way!
Looks like the Jet is on knives, and I think that maybe they learned something from the last one. They are trying to commit towards this side together now. I saw with the spike, but
Spike down
nice shot
A.
where
got
the
the
Jet
spike.
gets traded instantly.
And gets a gun. More
And gets a
importantly,
gun.
gets a gun. And I think they're slowly and steadily moving back towards
mean-
C. And Cypher is still on C, so can make some space. But once again, I think they have did their homework.
Yeah,
And they know that certain players do like that. This team actually likes to rotate and let their certain players on the opposite side.
I mean, we did see the same thing with this team last day on Lotus. Like the way they were trying to get a lay of the land, especially with these maps with 3 different sites. You know, one of the players, usually the Sentinel, will lurk around, try to get
Shot
as
that.
much as info as possible.
30 seconds left.
And you know, ask the other players to like work accordingly. Like I liked how they tried to make some plays.
And the Omen getting 2.
One enemy remaining.
Looks like this
Spike down,
is
mid.
not quite gonna work out for the attackers, so we might still just see Cypher's in the corner.
10
Gets
seconds
Chamber,
left.
moving in towards B, but cannot push him down.
But for a save round, I think that was the
For
maximum they could
everybody.
capitalize on it. That.
I mean, they got guns. They destroyed. I think they got a good hold on their economy. At the same
Got
time.
3 players from the enemy team.
Yeah, totally.
I think that was a good save round.
I mean, I think the way that they are moving around this map, as I was saying earlier, like the whole team, other than the Cypher, moving in towards A together to, you know, get some picks, get some information. And as soon as they realize that C or B is kind of open, they move back.
And once again, Chamber with the early picks.
Something that I was anticipating this map is the ISO pick. I was hoping we could see a lot more, but looks like the ISO pick hasn't been able to do much.
The attackers have, for the first time in this match, gotten into a site really quick.
Yeah, the Sova ult.
But once again, they are
Spike planted.
down.
One enemy remaining.
They are losing their players so quickly.
Cover going out.
Looks like
And
they're-
already the defuse is on.
I mean,
Team
I think
Ace.
the fact that the defenders like played it with the Sova ult and then played full retake, giving them the plan was so well played by them because I think they had a strategy, you know, like the combination with the Omen blind and then pushing in on the Sova and killing him instantly.
And I think the defenders are ready for all of this because with all the situations that we have seen, I think they have done their homework.
Yeah,
And
totally.
and totally, once again, this is their map
There.
pick.
Yeah, interestingly, we see Chamber on the off, and I'm like interested to see some of the picks that he might try taking towards seaside.
Enemy marked.
Sova is the drone. He
It's
does
you
try to
and me.
take-
And-
And he kills the Jet. They're trying to take some side control,
Chamber
but does not work.
loses with the shield.
I mean, the ISO ult here is so like good ult. It can help you to side control so easily. But again, if you lose that fight,
It's
and then
all
your
down to
players
that
are-
gunfight there.
Yeah, it's all down to the gunfight, and your players cannot capitalize on it either. I mean, they tried moving in towards
Teleport's ready.
seaside, but Chamber was there just to hold them back.
One enemy
And
remaining.
he gets Sova again, 3 kills on this round with him. Yeah, aware of the Cypher's location, and he cannot escape. The round goes to the defenders.
We have seen the intent from the attackers again and again, but I don't think they have ever been able to capitalize on that.
No, not at all. Interestingly, I want to
That's a good
see how
spot.
they're gonna try to like work with this chamber operator situation here. I mean, he's gonna be playing towards C side. He can like reposition towards A side, hold down long with his operator. How are they going to work against that?
And once again, see, the chamber is continuously changing his positions.
There.
Now he's on A shot,
So what don't have the same pushes him a bad.
And the
Trades
trade
all the way in A long. Spike is down. Gets picked up by Sova.
and gets one gun as well.
Yeah, I think they're gonna just try to like get out of that range here. I don't think they notice that the chamber is there. They notice the breach is there. They don't want to question that.
I
and they
think they can switch it up, but as we have seen today, even the Sova is on point, just not the chamber, and I think this might be the day for the defenders.
also at the same time, they only have deagles and they're still committing to this site. The crosshair right there on close. Gotcha, fun. My turn. Okay, that was really well played by the attackers there. I think
Very
the,
synergic move there.
yeah, the close really distracted him.
Spike
And
down
the switch of
A.
events suddenly.
Dropping smokes.
Yeah, maybe them choosing to stick to this side, maybe figuring out a strategy with the close odds was something that really worked for them.
30 seconds
2v2.
left.
Here,
One
Spike
enemy
down.
remaining.
The Clove gets another one, a 1v2 on the scoreboard
And
here.
I think they are aware of that Omen ult just coming down from A
yeah,
long.
I mean, you can look at his crosshair. He's holding it down.
Last player
But
standing.
the Omen challenges him. He gets him. Controller versus controller. He has no
And
idea of Clove's
I
position
don't think-
at all. She's hiding there quietly in that smoke. Gonna wait for that little tap. He's gonna smoke it off and try to tap it. A fake diffuse. But is she gonna challenge him? Slowly. And she gets him.
A beautiful round by Clove.
That was a great shot. She just flicked on him. Like, honestly, well played. Second round for the attackers here, and that
That's-
was so well. I mean, they only had deagles in the starting of
That
the
was a
round.
proper thrifty clutch.
Proper thrifty, yep.
We saw the Clove just moving up to A long, killing the Neon, getting the gun, moving into the side, getting more kills, getting the chamber on the side, and then just not holding back.
And her usage with the ult, like the way she distracted the chamber, helped the Sova get his one. So well played by Clove.
It was a beautiful, beautiful round by Clove.
Yeah, and now that they know that Chamber has lost his operator, they have more chances to commit towards seaside here, and that's exactly what they're looking at. But they do get met by some resistance. Falling back.
And the Hunter's Fury from the attackers is out. Takes down Neon.
Nice shot by the Chamber. He does get on his operator again. It takes the Sova down. A 4v1. I think the attackers, again, this is what I'm talking about. They're playing so split. It would be good for ISO to come back and regroup with his team maybe.
And that's what he's doing exactly.
Omen blind, but
That
teamwork
was once again a very synergic play.
30 seconds
And
left.
takes down two. The B is all to themselves now.
ISO's gonna try to move in as fast
But
as
two of the-
possible, get the plant down.
Two of the best players from
planted.
the defenders are still alive, still popping off.
And the shot just on his head. The drone is gonna catch up, and it does it.
Last
Yes, it
player
does.
standing.
But he gets
And they
caught
have
by
the info
Cypher
for the
chamber.
chamber.
And this looks like it's gonna be a difficult.
One enemy
Takes
remaining.
down
mind.
This is
one.
ready.
Is he gonna be able to get the jet? I mean, They're both kind of unaware of his position, and he gets him. Do you see how well played it was by the Chamber?
is
The
so
way he
calm and
isolated the
composed.
fights differently. He took the Cypher down, and then he goes on to the Jet. While the attackers were together in the same site, they could not stop him. He just couldn't be stopped.
It's like he just knows.
Yeah, he just knows. He played it so calmly, so dedicatedly that they just couldn't do anything about it.
That was one of the most perfection clutches I've seen. A very calm and composed ones.
I mean, that was honestly, I looked at that round from the very beginning. The way that attackers got side control, the way that they held on to the side, until the Chamber came along. This was a pretty easy win for them. I think they're gonna try to do the same thing, but faster. Neon already gets this one. He pushes down Cypher all the way towards C long, and he couldn't do anything about it because he did not just expect that.
The one thing that we are seeing from the attackers that is way better than the defenders here is the synergic plays. Although the solo plays
Spike down
from
mid.
the defenders are way better, but the synergy
totally.
in the attackers is, I think, a step up.
Yeah, I do agree. Like their strategic playthroughs, their teamwork, I would say, looks a lot more dedicated and composed. And what a nice shot by the Clove there.
No, it's constantly just bashing the
Back on our
defenders.
own. Gets caught up,
Last player
but
standing.
could not
One
kill
enemy remaining.
the Sova. A 1v1 between the ISO and the Neon. Neon, however, is very low.
Very
but
low.
ISO does not have the ult. The spike. And she knows that he's gonna come for it, but she backs off. It could be
She's rotating all the way from spawn.
it could be a possibility that Neon might just try to save, They
30
have quite a bit
seconds
of
left.
rounds on their sleeve.
I don't think that could be the case.
Looks
Both
like they're-
creeping up
yeah.
towards the same side.
He only has a stinger though, and looks like what a nice smoke by the
spike.
enemy
No
Clove
targets.
here. He's gonna push up on Neon, but is
10
he aware
seconds
at
left.
all that he's right behind him? Only 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the clock, and the Neon wins it. I'm out
It
of
was
here.
such a timing play. I think the ISO was going for a peek from Neon. He was expecting a peek from Neon.
He did fake the plan so many times. He
Twice.
expected-
And I think he was baiting the Neon to come ahead for a fight because I think there was a call that Neon is low on health.
Yeah, totally. We can see the Chamber back on the operator. Why would he not? He's making so many plays out of it. He's getting help from his teammates to make plays out of it. At the same time, the
But once
Clove,
again,
though,
we cannot forget the attackers that we have seen their play is constantly the comeback.
it is a comeback, but is it getting them rounds? At the end of the round, it's coming down to 1v1s or 2v2s, which the defenders are making, they're capitalizing on it.
The first time we have seen a 5v5 retake here.
My ult is ready.
The Sova dart scans the Omen. He's wall banging that little box. He's so aware that someone might just be hiding there, and he was right.
But-
Ice is down all the way down to
But with
50 HP.
these two shots, now is he aware that one could be there?
Last
He
player
was stunned,
standing.
and he kills him.
A beautiful round from the attackers here.
And it was a very expensive round for the defenders.
Last
They
round
had an
before the
operator.
switch.
They used the breach
Spend everything
ult.
on this one.
Looked like it was gonna be their round, but the ISO, oh my gosh, he was stuck there, 50 HP on his health. He was stuck in that little corner, gets two just like that.
And that is what we summarize from their gameplay. That the perfect synergy. There was a stun immediately onto the Chamber pushing towards ISO that got him too.
Yes, totally. Very well played. That was honestly his round
Teleport's
there.
ready.
Looks like the defenders are gonna try to push up quite a bit. As you can see, Neon going all the way through sewers towards A.
But like the last round, we are seeing this once again.
Yeah, they're trying to do the same thing.
Just pushing into C.
And the defenders
Getting around.
are giving them the full side.
It's you
Sova
and me.
Also,
I cannot use that.
what a nice way to stop the ult. I'm so impressed by
That
this.
was such an amazing ult from ISO. Such a well planned ult because
that entirely he had 3 players on his ult. Could have gone to the ult, stopped them.
could have gotten the jet so easily.
Totally.
And that
enemy
ult was
remaining.
totally the difference maker there.
A
But once
2v1
again,
here.
the Omen is creeping up, has 3 kills. Can he get a ace clutch?
But at the same time, you can see both attackers are very separated.
I don't think so that he is aware of
No,
Sova's
he's not
position.
at all. Does not get. I mean, how does he win that? There's 2 players shooting at him. He did try though. Another round on the sleeve
Switching
for the
sides.
attackers. An 8-4 half. I mean, even though it did not work out for the attackers as well, given that this is an attacking-sided map, I was so impressed by the way they played the last 2 rounds. I mean, the way they stopped the Sova ult, the way they got side control basically was very well played by them.
And we have seen for the past 2 matches for the team that they are all about comebacks.
They are, yes.
When they are pushed down, they just bounce back up even harder.
I mean, at the same time, they have better defense agents in this map, like the Cypher. They could make so much out of it here.
But having an aggressive sentinel is also a very big advantage here for the attackers, because they just need to actually spot a flank there, and for aggressing, the chamber is perfect.
And so has no idea what the ISO
Scanning
is.
ahead.
And he gets killed by him. I mean, he was
Spike
just
down,
sitting there
A.
quietly. A 3v3 with ISO being so
Gotta go.
low. Trying to get side control here for the attackers.
They do have the
But they
whole
have no
side.
idea. But I mean, I'm looking at this guy, ISO. Like, he is so patient. The way he was holding down sewers, the way he was holding down side, and they had no idea that
And,
he
they,
was just stuck
and he
there.
moved up from long to the side,
To the
and
side, and they had no
planted.
idea at all. Like, how do you let him do that?
One day.
Nice shot by the Cypher. A 1v3. Is he
Oh.
aware of this high-low situation? I mean,
this is a
I
proper
don't think they
crossfire.
can do much about it.
I don't think he was anywhere aware about it.
Nice try by the Cypher, but well played by the attackers here.
And after all of this, this is just about the gunfights.
Yeah, truly. It looks like a timeout has been called by the defenders. I think this was needed. I think it is a good way to break the momentum of the attackers. I mean, they have been gaining on speed and speed and speed, and the way they play post plans, the way they attack, even though the defenders, they go up for plays like the ISO, you know, rounding all the way from long, even though they make those little mistakes, they still win through.
Once again, that's just because of the better mechanical skills here, I think.
Yeah,
The
truly.
constant gunfights that we are having here, the 1v1s, all are in favor of the attackers. Wherever there is a synergic play, I think the defenders are winning that, but the isolated gunfights, it's always the attackers winning that.
Truly. Also, having an Omen in this map is such an advantage. Like, you can see, like, Haven is such a map with, like, all these different high-low situations in C side,
Exactly.
in A side. Having an Omen gives you that advantage to, like, really capitalize on it.
Yes, this should do. Oh, this isn't like this goes here.
Cover going out.
Gotta go. Our spike's down.
Spike down mid.
What? I'm out of here. Shocking.
And we are back after after a tactical timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they're
Last player
both shotguns
standing.
there.
One enemy remaining.
And somehow, the attackers and the defenders
They're all
have
the way
managed
down to a 1v1.
to get all of the trades and down to a 1v1.
Looks like the plant is going to be towards seaside. I mean, honestly, it looks like a great plant. If you look at the gun range and if you look at the chamber, he could just plant and like play long, and it would work out very well for him. Cypher's all the way still stuck in B. I think he's just trying to figure out. I mean, they do have quite a bit of time up their sleeve to play this
I think
out.
he's just waiting, because B is a side that you can hear the plant from A
Yeah.
and C. So I think he's just waiting for the plant to go down, or for just a bit of sound, some information,
any information
to play
that
on.
could help him. Also,
30
if you look
seconds
at
left.
this is supposed to be a buy round for the attackers here. But I think that taking that time out by the defenders really helped them quite a bit. Because look at the amount of guns and players that they've lost. I mean, even if the defenders end up losing, it still end up being quite a successful round for them. Makes some noise, breaks the trips. I think he's well aware that the Cypher is going to come from spawn. He's holding his crosshair down. But he moves back. It's like he almost read him though. Moving in towards garage. Might catch the chamber all the way from behind. But he's also well protected. You know, he put this trip down. He waited patiently. He's going to wait for him and get him. And that round becomes a 10-4 on the scoreline.
Once again, Chamber stepping up to the plate for his team, getting the rounds done.
I mean, he did get 3 or 4 kills in that round, which is very well played by him. Kind of like he almost saved the round, but very expensive round for them. They're still buying up though. I mean, I see a Vandal on the Omen, I see a Vandal on the Breach.
And the ult for the Chamber is out. I think that could be a good strategy for saving one man's gun.
It could be, but at the same time, this is the defender's buy round, you know? So like, maybe he could have saved the op. He could have like played it out with his deagle or just a classic. Looks like Leon is all the way to side. He's gonna try to push down with his gun, but gets countered by the shotgun on Clove.
And another thing, there was a shock dart kill by the defending Sova.
Yeah, I did notice that. We couldn't see it on the screen, but yeah, so it was just so simultaneous. Like the shotgun kill by the Clove and the shock dart kill from the Sova. At the same time, when Clove moved up, they were fighting against. I think they were fighting against the.
And I don't think that he expects the angle from Omen. The thing you talked about once again, the highs and the lows in this map is the perfect playground for Omen.
He does anticipate it. He was checking that corner, but does he know the chamber is all the way at the back trying to support that Omen? And it does not work. I mean, even if it does kill the Omen, I think would have been countered by chamber almost immediately. Another round for the defenders. It's a bonus win. They fought up. He used his ult and they made, like, you know, they capitalized on it. They made it theirs. 11-4 on the scoreline.
And once again, we can see, still after that loss, the defenders are still going for a buy round.
I mean, I think I'm out of here. If they wanted to save, this would be the round that they would want to do it. Because if the attackers win this, it will give them a 12 scoreline. First shot on the defenders.
Go! Shock it!
And Neon is fearlessly just getting in, gets stunned by its own stun.
Looks like ISO is gonna try to push up.
And Chamber goes into A lane. I don't think anyone saw that.
No one did. He's lurking up. But he gets caught by the Sova instantly. I mean,
they have the position of the spike.
I think both the defenders need to team up immediately. And it works. Good thing that they got this round up. I mean, honestly, it's gonna take a lot by the defenders to make a comeback. They're 6 rounds on the loss here. The attackers do have an advantage.
I need this.
But at the same time, we are looking at a lot of ults here, you know? Both the
That was
teams.
actually a very important round
Yeah,
for the defenders to win. And actually managed to win that round. So that's a positive news.
A lot of ults in the play here. I mean, both the teams have Sova ults as well as the ISO ult. I'm really excited to see what they could do with this ISO ult because the last time they used it, it was so helpful for them to stop
the Hunter's Fury and get a kill.
Yep. Looks like they're trying to make their way. The attackers are making their way towards A side. The players are already up there.
We have seen from the attackers constantly that they are moving in so quick.
Standing ahead.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you noticed, but the chamber trying to creep up towards C side gets caught up by Cypher immediately, not entertaining that plan
Once
whatsoever.
again.
And the Neon. I mean, Cypher is just defending his side so well.
what we can see, both the aggressing agents
enemy
for the
remaining.
attackers here are being
Spike
taken out.
down A.
And Jet gets 2 there, a 1v5 here. Kills 2 immediately. He's gonna get pushed by Swords, but does not and could not manage to win the round. Well played by the defenders
I
here.
think they are thinking of more of the higher hopes getting to the defenders, and the momentum is shifting a bit. And it's a first that we have seen Team Revenant taking a tactical timeout in the whole tournament.
Totally, and I think they do realize a bit of a threat here. I mean, the fact that they have even won 2 rounds just by like buying up, like a force buying up, you know, it's something maybe they want to discuss more strategies, how to counter that and stuff like that.
And obviously, with this team that we have seen, again talking
Yeah,
about the comebacks,
totally.
it's just a lot of pressure.
They have left the spike towards spawn. I don't know if they forgot it or, you know, I mean, we saw in yesterday's match, they do have this this tactical understanding of where to leave the spike, and you know, they make their plays according to it. They have left it towards B side, so maybe we could see them committing towards B later on in the map.
Once again, the C presence is always there
It's
from
always there.
chamber, and Jet pushing towards A goes back. I think
Just trying to like push this team backwards a little bit, but they also need to know that the Neon is there and she has some crazy movements up her sleeve. I mean, with the help of a good weak stun or any good utility, she could
even
like
just the
really make-
movement.
Yeah, even just the movement too. But they do have 2 players towards on the defender side, towards A here. So maybe she does not
And
want
moving
to challenge
up to
it.
garage, I think this was a planned execute, that leaving the spike there,
Yeah,
going into the
totally.
later part of the round, entering into garage, and Neon just rushing in. And
Coming through! Go, go, go!
Nice wall by the Neon here. Really quickly Cypher, but does not get him here.
Cypher goes down, but the trades are coming out for
Trades are coming in very fast.
both sides.
30 seconds left.
And
Crazy
Neon once
moment.
again.
Did you see how they played it out? The Sova and the Neon together entirely just sandwiched the ISO. He could not have like done anything to escape in that situation.
And now all the attackers do have guns. And the Neon ult
And she
comes out, a
with her
lot of
ult.
damage dealt with because of that ult.
I mean, he's gonna try to push them. One gets
enemy
the jet
remaining.
but gets countered by the Sova. We have seen Sova like turn things around quite a bit, but I mean, how do you not check that corner, honestly? That is a pretty well-known corner. Players do play in that
Match
region quite a
point.
bit. 12-6
They
on
demand
the
a fight.
scoreline here. Is this gonna be match point, or are we gonna see some
Miracle.
miracle by
Short
the
of words,
defenders
just a
here?
miracle.
Both the teams have not great buys. I mean, yeah, attackers have quite a lot of buy, but we see
The defenders, a
Cypher
Stinger
with
coming
Stinger.
out with the light shields. That's going to be a rough time
I mean,
for
it
the
would take,
defenders.
it would take a lot for them to turn this round around, to be honest. Like
But we have seen them do this
Yeah.
earlier before.
a dart by.
And
He does try. Maybe if they had paired that movement up. This is what I was talking about. That maybe if that movement was paired with like a beat stun or something to push, you know, the jet towards the back.
I think they were just not prepared.
They weren't. No, they did. I don't think they expected Jet to be so pushed up. But at the same time, we have seen them do it numerous times. You know, gets killed by the Jet immediately. He
That's a
gets
beautiful
2 on
off
shot.
angle by Jet to take down Chamber.
I don't think they are going to be trying to commit A at all this time.
And this is what we have seen from the attackers. When they are forced to be slowed down and they have lost their first pick always, they're a bit slowed down and that's where the round goes to the defenders.
Totally. Also, at the same time, they have lost two of their most agents that
Aggressive agents.
aggressive agents that could help them.
I am actually surprised how did the Sova actually manage to kill Omen there.
Yeah,
30
I have no
seconds
idea.
left.
I think
One
Omen
enemy
there,
remaining.
he was pretty distracted.
Spike down A.
But a 2v1 situation, and
They
then
really don't wanna
Clove
let
comes
this go,
out,
like-
Clovert comes out.
My ult's ready.
Breach is trying to get it on. He's gonna try to get it. Does not get it yet.
One
but
enemy remaining.
Let's get him a 1v1 from a 3v1 and
10
a 1v1.
seconds left.
That's a death.
That's a beautiful clutch to actually
What a
end this map. A 1-0 to Team Revenant.
36. That was a 3v1 and he really made it work. The way he isolated those fights.
Beautiful.
Go, go, go!
Off.
Just 10 seconds. Wait, just 10 seconds better. Welcome back. This is the second map of today's finals. It's Lotus between the attackers. Looks like they're moving in towards C side. A full stack where Chamber is all alone towards C as the only sentinel.
As the only sentinel and gets picked very fast from the attackers.
Yeah, Breach looks like he's trying to come in to rescue, so does the Omen and Theo. But
And a
the
very
plan is
different
already
approach
down.
from the attackers this time around.
They're really trying to go, defenders, but not too aggressively. They're not going all the way towards their side. That gets down, raise
A
first.
2v2.
Yeah, 2v2 where the
One
breach
enemy
is really
remaining.
low.
Last player standing.
The breach is very low, but he knows he has
Knows
all
where
the
it is,
information.
but cannot.
The first round this time around goes to the attackers. Last time we saw them entering and not capitalizing on the attack, getting into the site and not capitalizing, but this time around they actually did capitalize and got the round.
Yeah, I think something that we noticed with this exact team when they played Lotus yesterday was that they were playing very very split. Like someone would go and get info and then move around the map. They were like change side continuously confusing the defenders. Something we noticed in the first round here is that they moved together and they pushed quite aggressively.
And once again, the first pick is out for the attackers.
Yeah, looks like you can see like 3 other players all the way into side and moving back. They got their picks. They're just trying to get ones here, isolating the fights, get their ones, and then push aside once the defenders are weak.
We have seen for Team Revenant that they have a lot of information for the homework, particularly to just get to know this team. That I think with how tactical of a team the attackers are, they actually know the positions right now and they have done their homework. They know that the chamber was there at C. That's why they chose to go to B, get some picks and then move to A.
I mean, I think at this point they would anticipate at least 3 players being on each
Spike
side.
planted.
But even then, that still puts them in an advantage because if it's only one player on one side and it's 5 of them, how much damage can you really do?
But gets one. Now so they are moving together into the site. But once again, no point of contact here.
Point of contact here, and the attackers are so spread out into the site that if the defenders are shooting from one way, they can
player
easily call up
standing.
from another side.
And a 3 kick coming up from Jet.
A beautiful round that goes to the attackers here. So well played, not losing. I mean, losing only one gun, like hardly affects their economy whatsoever.
And that's what we exactly like to see. That last map was actually a very dominating map for the
Yeah.
defenders, but this time around, it's a good start for the attackers.
It's good start for the attackers. It is their map pick too, I think. So, I mean, I'm hopeful to experience some, a little bit more baseline competition compared to this domination.
Yeah, it's always more exciting to see a competition than domination.
Looks like the team is playing split again. I mean, this is what I see. Cypher moving up towards Neon, but does he anticipate the Neon being so close to the shot that he doesn't get killed immediately? You would think that Neon would want to push. I mean, the attackers do know that she only had a judge there.
I don't think they know how pushed up Chamber is on B.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the Fade trying
Fade
to...
continuously checking each and every corner.
I think Chamber has a pretty good informant on him. The Crosshair is
That's really...
on red level, gets a spike. Almost
down,
gets the
attacker
close,
spawn.
but Chamber gets traded immediately.
But still, they don't have any information about the Neon sitting so close with the judge.
I mean, she did not move from that position. She did, like... Will she be able to get that? Gets the strike. As well as the clone of 4K on the Neon, just like that. I mean...
This was a big fumble from the attackers.
Yeah,
There is
you
no
would
excuse to
think
that.
After Cypher dies to the Neon, he would want to communicate that to the team that she could be up close to the judge, and she did not even change her gun. You know what I mean? So
Just sitting up close to that angle, picking up 4 people in that round. Actually,
just with the judge too,
just with the judge, yes.
and she already also has her ult, so this could be a devastating round for her.
That could actually change the course of this map.
She is moving forward with it.
And
Does
whips.
not get the race. That was a big whip by the Neon. I mean, she looked confident there. But I think she was distracted with the boom bot as well. Not sure what happened there, but I mean, I think that was a good move by the attackers. So
But we are seeing that other than the race, everyone has moved towards
B side, but they are
and moving
regrouping.
towards C now.
I think committing towards B side would not have been such a good idea, given you see Theo as well as Chamber. They're both grouped up towards B. They could have easily countered the attackers here. Versus Omen all alone towards C side, just trying to hold down side without much utility really to stop the push.
Cover going out.
Gets pushed back.
That's a
with the
beautiful
drag.
seize to actually push back Omen into the side, and the Prowler comes out for all the information in the
I
world.
mean, you can see he was playing
30
well
seconds
into
left.
the
Spike
side
planted.
there, and now he's pushed all the way towards North. What a nice shot by the Fade, honestly, just right on the Chamber's head.
Fade ult has been used.
Pushes both the players back. He was gonna try to.
I think here the strategy just should be to wait, because they have the plant down, they have a man
player
advantage,
standing.
and they are a bit low on the HP as well. So I think the best, and it's a rollback.
I think something that could have helped the defenders in that case would be to maybe regroup and play together.
Yes.
But the fact that they were playing so isolated, not only did the attackers have player advantage, but they also had like a chance at 1v1s, which was actually becoming 2v1s for the defenders. You know?
And that's what we have seen from the last map, from the defenders, that they are more relied upon the 1v1s, the
1v1s,
gun
yeah.
battles, more than the strategic and synergic plays.
Yep, totally. I mean, this is looking great. As of now, it's looking like a great map for the attackers. Like
All
the way
missiles
that they're
away.
playing.
And certainly a great start, I must
Yeah,
say.
definitely. Also, like the way that their strategies, like it's new strategies every round. It's not repeating the same thing. It's like looking at the situation, adjusting, and making plays accordingly.
See, once again, they are so aware of Chambers' position. They have one player there just for him. And I think everyone knows that he likes to play aggressively and gets caught once again.
Yep. He gets caught once again. Also, the breach down to 7 HP because he was so pushed up, tried to combat the jet there, but.
And they have regrouped so fast in front of C, rushing in at this point and just moving in so fast, just pushing
the Omen back. Like
once again.
They have constantly been able to do this. That's what I'm talking about. Like they let the controller player play towards C side, but with what exactly? Just the smokes are not going to be enough to be able to stop like a three 3-man or a 4-man push, you know, just alone as a controller.
And the utility usage, constantly we are talking about that, is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
And both the ults invested beautifully. Neon gets one, but Raze in the advantage gets to one and wins the round.
1-4 on the scoreboard here. A timeout has been called by the defenders. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They, like, I think
They want
they
to
are-
switch the momentum a bit.
Yes, totally. They want to switch the momentum. At the same time, they're just trying to, like, I think they're trying to wrap their heads around the fact how to instantly make decisions, you know, like given that given Okay, so looks like we are back from the timeout. The attackers, they're moving up towards the B side.
That utility once again gets them the kill.
Crazy push by the Neon, but is countered by the attackers at the same time. I mean, that was good utility usage using the Theo missiles as well as, you know, pushing.
The breach stun, the
pushing with the
wall,
Neon,
everything was
pushing
perfect, but
But
still
maybe if
getting.
they had more player support there.
Spike down
And
B.
once again from that situation,
Yeah, always we keep on seeing this over and over again. Like the trades coming in by the attackers are insanely good. Like the
and
way
always being a trade up, and
Yeah, it's
the
always a trade
Teho
up. Theo is
pushed back
Pushed
and
back
exactly
right away.
knows the position.
I think he's trying to get
One enemy remaining.
That's a beautiful, beautiful peak by the Clove. Gets
they
down
timed
Teho.
the missiles so much. But I don't understand. Like if you're timing missiles, I would think that you would wanna, you know, escape or run away from that situation. Given that you're low on HP at the same time, don't have a gun. How do you like, you know, challenge
Cover going
challenge a
out.
gun battle like that?
Careful.
Omen tries to push up into the smoke.
And
He's
with
gonna
that
fake a
TP
defuse,
voice,
but they
every
push up by two players at the same time and cannot do anything
and
about it.
the confidence that we have seen from Clove in the past 2 rounds is insane. It's like they're not doing anything and just hopping in fearlessly.
Come on then!
Okay. We see a similar push by the Neon. They throw in a very early nade to like push her back, but she is still tucked there very quietly. This
I'm
the probe and is still challenging. That is supported by the three and then makes up the conflict and killed instantly.
Spike down A. One
Whoa,
enemy
what happened
remaining.
there? 3 kills by the breach, 2 on the Neon, and the attackers are only down to 1 player now.
Actually, the shift in the attack is always different. Like we saw an aggressive approach last time, but even a more aggressive approach this time around.
Yeah, truly. I mean, we do see this team, Revenants. They were always known about their aggressive push. I think has a lot to do with their neon pick and their chamber pick. You know, I think maybe taking a timeout maybe help them understand how they could use that better in a map like Lotus, which is so huge.
Like each and every time pushing towards one side, getting the attackers to move to the other two sides where the defense is much more.
Yep.
So that could be a good strategy for them.
Yeah, and always at the beginning of the round, we do see the attackers grouping up a little bit more.
And once
towards
again,
A side.
the attackers are there on A, but
Yep.
they are anticipating that push and
Yes,
just
yes.
waiting behind, not
I mean, you
peeking
can
now.
see the cipher trip that they put this time. Maybe to stop the neon breach push, whatever they do. But also
And
the
chamber pushing up, can this be anticipated?
nice fight. Almost gets
a lot of damage on
the
Jet.
but good decision to move back to be.
And
to
that
be
was
honest.
once again a very aggressive TP by the chamber to actually get in and get out of that position.
Not sure if they're trying to commit towards C side here. Looks
And
like they're
then-
moving in towards A again. You can see Omen is pushed quite a bit towards tree. I mean, could be met by resistance from the Rays. She has a judge too, so looks like
Locating target.
a drone
And
to
this-
get some information
suppressed.
on.
Teho drone out gets information on 2, but the
30
whole
seconds
push
left.
is on and the attackers are inside the A side. And a lot
Nice
of information.
Get out of my
Nice
way!
lot of
reposition, nice
but couldn't
reposition
capitalize
from
on
the
it.
Omen.
One enemy remaining.
Gets
Spike
the
down
spade,
A.
stops the plan. But Raze looks like she's ready to chase down, Only has a judge in her hand. Is
10
gonna
seconds left.
try to turn this round around, but does not work from them.
And this was a half by from
Gotta go!
Looks like Neon is again it's pushed up quite a bit. First blood on Chamber, gets one and moves right back into the safe zone.
we have seen this continuously with the chamber. Once he starts to get into that groove, get some kills in, he actually
Yeah.
feels really comfortable in that position. And always with the defenders here, if they get the first, and once again the synergy that we have seen from
Spike
them
down
in the
B.
past round.
Does get traded though. I've seen this quite a bit, like Breach and Neon.
Teleport's ready.
Them like combining their utilities continuously.
That can actually be a very big difference now. The chamber down, the C side is all open.
It's all
There is
open.
no one on the C side.
But the bomb is still left towards B here. No one's watching it though.
I got the
so
spike.
I know
the
exactly
attackers are
where
giving
you
them, that
The
option.
and with that Cypher ult, I think they have spotted everyone to actually execute towards C.
Yep, totally. Looks like Theo. I mean, you
30
would
seconds
expect
left.
the defenders to anticipate this, that they have information on where the agents are, and to want to move close towards C side. But I think they're just gonna try to take retake here. Are they aware of this Omen repositioning here though? Plan goes
seconds
down.
left.
And
Breach
two
up.
ultimates invested to actually stop this
One
plant.
enemy remaining.
Omen gets one. I mean, Cypher is just sandwiched there, could not do anything about it. That was really well played. I mean, at the same time, a pretty expensive round for both the teams. I mean, Cypher ult being used, the
Especially
Breach
for
ult.
the defenders, because
especially
two of
for
the
the
ults
defenders.
invested,
Yep.
2 players down. There was a lot of things that they had to invest to win that round.
But also, if you look at the scoreline here,
They're
they're creeping
climbing
up.
back.
Yeah, they're climbing back up. 4-5 on the scoreboard. Maybe the timeout really did something for them. I mean,
Yeah.
I see the way they're countering the attackers here. I see
Since the
their
timeout,
moves.
they have won all 3 continuous rounds.
Also, the chamber has an operator now.
That's a very scary position. And takes down one with the sheriff.
So ult,
neon
but
ults
there's
and
too many,
whiffs.
too many attackers like grouped up in one spot, I think.
And
But
Tehu
then
takes down two with the
just
missiles.
I mean, that's great repositioning, to be honest. I mean,
And has the information on the chamber creeping up
yeah,
towards
I mean, they
them.
don't really have much of a choice. The spike is isolated all the way towards A side. I mean, the players are gonna try to group up, but Chamber is right there waiting to catch them off guard, and he does.
Spike down.
Spike is
Attacker
down.
spawn.
And the Jet with
I mean, he's just crazy with the deagle, honestly. We've seen him kill three players with just a sheriff. He's gonna try to get the spike. But
and once again the C side is all open.
yeah, has a gun
And
now too.
The Cypher just creeping in.
And he's gonna go all the way.
30
He's gonna go
seconds
all the way
left.
towards
I don't think
spawn.
anyone has the information upon the spike.
Might just catch Omen here, but
Last player
never mind.
standing.
That was
It turns around for him.
such a timing issue. But
It was a
right
timing
now,
issue. Just
a 1v2.
Here, I think the defenders really should try grouping up. I mean, we've seen them make this mistake. I mean, we've seen both the team make this mistake.
And
you know?
right now, exactly how you pointed out, they are moving in together.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for the info. I mean, the drone went in, did not quite catch anything. They have no idea that he could be all the way in spawn. They're not even ready to check this area.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
the moment, but gets traded instantly.
Teho with particularly
I mean,
the
this was a
missile.
great round for Teho. His 2 kills by the misses. I mean, great positioning, great game sense there.
But once again, we should not forget, this was a low buy round for the attackers. It was a half buy, just the sheriffs, and they managed to convert it
and managed to convert into
to such a close round
Yep.
that
I mean-
it was actually looking like a competition.
truly. The defenders did lose quite a bit of players there and quite a bit of guns as well. So might take a dip on their economy.
I can buy. Who needs what? I'm out of here. Face your fear!
Timeout. We see the attackers making the same.
And the Teho ult comes out,
Yeah, whatever momentum
actually
the attackers gained.
such a close call for the Jet.
For
Just
the Jet, yeah, he just
escaped.
escaped. Like whatever momentum the attackers gained in the beginning of the round was like disrupted it quite a bit with the Teho ult. Also, something noticeable here. We see the attackers go back to the exact same strategy that they were taking in during the first round, which won them that first round.
One enemy remaining.
Again, a 2v1 situation where he's been quiet low here and is won by the defenders anyways.
I think this was looking such a good round for the attackers
It
in the
was.
start. And
I'm out of here.
I was just about to say that the timeout had worked
Might
out
have
for,
helped, yeah.
for them, but
Last
after
round
that,
in the half.
that was just
Go, go, go!
Team Revenant just playing flawlessly and getting into the lead here.
Yep. At the same time, like I said, I think the reason why the attackers lost that round had a lot to do with the Teho ult coming in. Like if you look at it, they used the same strategy they used in the very first round when this map started. But at that time, they didn't have quite as much resistance as, you know, a Theo ult coming in. But this time,
Get out of my
when
way.
Jet came out, it just disrupted their whole momentum.
Jet now dashing in and just moving in so quickly with that Jet daggers out.
And change of plans for the defenders here. Omen is again holding down side alone with some Theo help. Jet loses
gets
quite
dinged.
a bit of HP. And Chamber trying to make its way from flank here. We can see, I mean, maybe he can
Spike down.
And once again,
pretty flawless round for the attackers. I mean,
a 7-5 half coming up for the
Switching
defenders,
sides.
losing
losing,
at
yeah.
5-1
It
at
used
the
to be
beginning.
a one. It was a 1-5, and they made 6 rounds back to back.
And now we have to actually see that what defenders now have in plan to actually counter this aggressive team who was actually pushing in the defense side of
Yeah, they were already pushing quite a bit in the defense side. I mean, I do expect this to be more of their half. Like they have very aggressive very aggressive agents like Neon, and we've already seen quite a lot of Neon and Breach combos in the defense side already. But this is actually their bigger play.
And with the Teho as well, making so much space for them.
There, just waiting for the smoke to.
I'm out of here.
And not even waiting for the smokes, the constant firing inside the smokes actually dealing some damage. And takes down once again.
He just shoots in the air. I mean, I don't know if he saw his head.
And
or
it
what.
was even a headshot.
Crazy. Makes their way to B side. The plant is gonna go down. Very nice positioning by the attackers here. I mean, they're just not gonna let the defenders come into target off. Do you see what I mean? Like the way they're combining their abilities together, the way they're combining their even just mechanical, you know.
The constant aim is making the difference here. Like they're not
Last
missing.
player standing.
Just a 1v4 here. And does not work out for the Cypher at all. 8-5 on the scoreboard.
And they don't want to lose any of these rounds and constantly just gaining their lead up and up and up, just not losing any more rounds. 7 rounds in a row we have seen them just win.
I'm out of here.
It looks like they're trying to make their way towards C side. Unlike the defending team when they were on attack, we don't see much variety in this team. It's just even their aggressive push is so strategic. They work together. I mean, they don't play as split as the other team, but the way they work together makes it really hard for the defenders to make something out of it. And interesting move by the Neon here. He's still aggressive. He's still playing up close, but he's still disciplined about it.
And playing that aggressively actually gives them a lot of information there.
Yep.
But we can see 2 of the attackers are down.
Yeah, already.
And that too just with the shorter range weapons.
I mean, yeah, they only had a shot.
Oops. One enemy remaining.
And this is actually working for them.
Blinding.
That was a very beautiful round by Jet, getting 4 people there and a thrifty coming up for the defenders.
Okay, so I think part of the reason why maybe they lost our round had a lot to do with, like not only are they trying to make space, but maybe they're overdoing it, in the process of trying to gain map control as well as side control.
And actually getting themselves killed. Like
Yeah,
this
this kill, like we saw the Neon,
Neon and Teho going
Teho.
down
Yep.
to Clove with the shotguns and classics
I
at
mean,
a
they
shorter
knew-
range weapon.
Yeah, they knew that the other team were
I'm outta
buying
here.
up like short range weapons like Stinger.
And now we can see all of the attackers now are down to sheriffs. and actually at a very big disadvantage, and the Odin is out.
I mean, yeah, we've seen this around with Fate's Fusion, you know, with the eye and like having an idea of where the agents are. And this map can be pretty wall bangable towards A side. Could make some really, great shots with the Odin here.
And I think with the Odin coming in, it's not just that the mechanical advantage of the gun, but it's a psychological advantage as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially when the attackers only have deagles.
Like, it is actually a scary gun to push.
And he gets it. I mean, that's just a one shot.
See,
It's just one shot.
exactly what we were seeing earlier. The Neon moving in so quick was actually disrupted by the Odin, and actually was scared to push so fast.
I must wait a
And
moment.
because of that change in gameplay, not in his inner comfort zone, actually
30
loses.
seconds left.
Totally. But Theo missiles are in. They're gonna push to the C side again. This is something that we've seen. And such nice
down,
action by the
C.
Cypher here. I mean,
One
just
enemy
reveals the
remaining.
players instantly, you know? A 1v3 on the line.
Weak.
It's trying to get some shots in, but he goes in for a knife, but does not quite work for him. 8-7 on the scoreboard.
Once
Looks like
again, the lead. It's a very back and forth in this
very
map.
back and forth map. I mean, appreciated honestly, like compared to last map, this is a lot more entertaining.
A lot more entertaining and a lot more competition and contesting to see in both the teams here.
Yeah. I suppose both the teams have full buys. The Jet has an operator. Might try to push from C
Hit them
as we can
fast,
see.
hit them hard.
And like the approach that was taken by Chamber in the defense
Yeah,
side
totally.
to actually peak first in C.
Gotta go.
I think
And
the
then-
same approach could be. That's a beautiful shot by Clove coming in to
But
actually
gets
take down
traded
Neon.
instantly though. But as we were talking about, that the Jet might try to get some shots from C side, but
That's once
Spike
again.
down.
I mean, I
That's
I
a
don't
very good
see
off
why-
angle by Chamber to actually get the Jet down to a lower
Yeah.
HP. That was such a cheeky off angle, I must say.
But you know, as we were talking about the Jet
Spike
trying to
drop.
take some, try to get some picks towards C-side, but we've seen with this team, they don't quite play split as much. I mean, right now, the team is quite divided.
That was once again a very good shot by Jet, using the operator to the max and actually getting each piece down and getting into the advantage into the round.
But like, why would you want to push an operator though?
I think it's just the confidence of the Chamber. Like we have seen him perform again and again in all the maps
30
that he has
seconds
played
left.
yet. And I don't think that he was ever,
expecting.
One enemy remaining.
not just expecting, that he has ever faced a competition like that in the previous rounds. So that confidence he was carrying into this round as well, but gets shut down exactly by the Jet.
Flash out.
So 1v2 here. 3 players in towards
10 seconds
A
left.
side. Jet moving in from.
I think now they are just exactly
they're just
just
stalling at this point. I mean, they are trying chasing.
My ult's ready.
Losing quite a bit of guns in the process. I mean, I wouldn't want them to push at this point.
even I won't. I don't think it's a good strategy to exactly push them, but would
Especially
again
losing-
be a strategy for them to lose a gun because now they have just one gun.
Yep.
The economy is looking good on the defender's side, but not on the attacker's side here.
At all. Looks like. I mean, to be honest, what could they do here? Like, I think the Jet is gonna try to get another pick here.
I think the-
maybe in their
Let's
best
go.
interest. It would be in their best interest to just
Go,
not
go,
challenge the Jet player until unless.
I'm
Once
in.
again, the Neon is constantly just hopping around, moving and trying to move in so fast, and always
This
gets
is a
shut
bad
down.
Position. This is a bad position for them. Like, we've constantly seen it
But
work.
we are seeing that
Go, go,
they are
go.
entering B so fast here, and no one is
No
at
one
B.
is there to help. I mean, they only just had a cypher trip there to like stop it. It looks like Vrgc is trying to make its way back towards the, but is she aware
Spike
of
planted.
Chamber's position at all? And is so distracted by that crazy neon movement again.
And a lot of information now here for the attackers. This could actually be in their favor because they are a man up and a Once again, the close stepping up to the plate, getting the kills down. And this is once again the defuse is half.
My ultimate's.
Here gets 2.
One enemy remaining.
Just a Neon all alone with a very low
player
HP.
standing.
Yes.
And a beautiful usage of the knives gets the defuse to again get into an advantage.
I mean, she was almost hidden. You know, they never knew where the Neon was. They were not aware of the.
I think
of
there
his
was a
position.
miscommunication there to sit on the spike. I
Yep.
think they smoked the spike to actually
Maybe
for the
for
clove to
the-
sit.
truly.
But there was a miscommunication for that to be that close.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really close round, to be honest. And yeah, it worked
Once
out for
again, the
defenders.
economy isn't looking good for the attackers.
I mean, they keep on buying up, but at the same time, they keep on losing.
But I think it's because the chamber does have his ult this round and can
You want
contest.
to play?
See,
Let's play.
it's off versus off and gets the
And he
win. That's a
wins it.
beautiful peak. I
But
think that was a very, very bad angle hold by Jet because it was such a small angle. It was very risky for him to peak.
And he
and-
has the operator now.
And the
But-
reward goes to Chamber for all that.
But at the same time, defenders are really, really smart about it. I mean, you can see, even the Jet was playing up close to the operator. They were all teamed up towards Seaside anyways, because they expected this, you know?
But the breach ult is out.
And he gets another one, he gets the Cypher. Neon moving in towards the Odin. Gets the fate, but could not win.
That's an excellent usage of Odin, I must. That was actually
Yeah, that was a good usage of the Odin. But also low, very low HP on the fate here. 2v4 situation with the middle being really good. But it's close
And it's a
again, like
2v2.
she's just
Last
crazy.
player standing.
Gets down anyways, and is back on his own. I mean,
One
she's
enemy
trying to
remaining.
push. She's gonna try to half it. I mean, she's gonna try to stick it, but the util gets him.
and once again it's tied up again. It's like so much back and forth. It's such a close map.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is what we're noticing. Even though the attackers do get rounds in their, in their bag, it's always with a lot of effort. Like, again, they use 2 different ultimatums in the last round itself. If you notice, like they use a breach ult as well as the chamber ult, just to be able to get one out. Neon moving in again. I mean, she does this over and over again. But I think, like maybe more util usage could help her in the process. And you can see her getting traded constantly.
But right now the defenders going down piece by piece. And I don't think it was a good strategy to actually push the attackers here. Okay.
Spike down
Cypher
A.
all the way towards spawn and not quite doing anything about it. Gets the tail. It's a 3v1. The chamber is gonna try to get the spike and the win gets the jet. 10-9 on the scoreboard.
Once again, Team Revenant in lead now. As we can see, it's again very back and forth. This and a difference from the last map is that we can see a lot of more synergic plays from Revenant side. It's not exactly like the last map that they are winning just on gunfights. They're actually using the util pretty well, getting some kills synergically, and getting the teamwork done.
Go, go, go! I'm out of here! Nightmare Jackson!
Scatter.
Teleport.
Hostile removed.
Cage trigger.
That was a crazy shot by the Omen. Like the sudden ult and then instantly getting that kill on the Jet.
But once again, what we can see here is continuous trades.
I mean, the Raze trying to go in, like trying to get any picks here, but the ult's just getting wasted. I mean,
30 seconds.
they're
I
not
don't
trying-
think that was a clever strategy
Yeah,
to
it
use that
wasn't.
ult.
I mean, I could see
But
Last
takes down
player
Teho
standing.
takes down the chamber.
just with gunfights though. All alone, takes down 3 members.
That's going to boost their confidence quite a bit, and especially the Raze's confidence, because just walking in, taking 3 fights solo by himself and winning
Yeah,
all of
and
them.
and just isolating those fights so cleverly. Well played. That was honestly his round.
And once again, we are tied up in the scoreline. This is so close.
And this is like a pretty back and forth and back.
Gotta go.
Can we actually see the first overtime of the tournament?
Go, go, go.
I mean, I would like to see it, but we have to find out honestly.
I'm out of here.
I see, something that I've noticed with the attackers here
And
is that
once again, the Odin coming into play, the psychological factor.
the
I think
psychological, like you can
Go,
see
go.
the Neon being like hesitant to use like with it.
but not anymore. With
anymore.
with the
It's like,
utility coming in,
Two
just
kills on
by the breach.
Takes the Odin down, by the way. Just
and a
Jet,
2v4 retake now.
yeah, Jet just waiting for. I suppose he's waiting for the Cypher, but he's getting met by resistance by the Neon. Backs off.
One enemy
And
remaining.
That is such a ratty position by the Omen to get Jet. No one would have supposed that. And now we have to see a switch up around this time. Actually, once again, moving into C with the same pace, always
yeah, they're always together. I mean, I think something they're
moving in
noticed
so
is
fast. And I think
so much Cypher util. I mean,
escaping this much of Cypher util is actually very difficult for them.
yeah, and Cypher is still
Repositioning
like,
towards a closer angle.
So does the Deo ult. Cypher
And
gets down.
the chamber takes down the Cypher. And
There's
still,
still a lot of players towards side though. I mean, Odin is still there, gets killed by the Jet instantly. The nade goes in all the way towards the plan.
slowly and steadily just winning fights, moving in.
Last
And
player standing.
the spike is down.
Spike
They were trying to
down,
leave the
C.
side, but the spike is down.
And I think this was a great read by the defenders, to be honest, on the attackers here. And you could see, like, the attackers, the way that they started this round was pretty reckless. I mean, the way Neon pushed in without any help of util usage.
When without any
and,
util.
and got met
30
by the
seconds
Cypher
left.
Util so hard.
So well, in fact, the
Yeah.
placing of like they saw earlier that the Cypher trip was placed ahead in the start of the site, but the Cypher acknowledging that, changing the position of the trip, actually taking down Neon with him. That
10
was
seconds
an
left.
awesome Cypher setup change-up, I must say.
Looks like this is gonna be a save for the attacker here, and well disciplined from the defenders. They're not trying to push him at all. I mean, they do realize that they could lose quite a bit of points there in the process. 11-11 on the scoreboard.
And at this point, this is again a very back and forth rounds going to both the teams playing equally well. The reads, the
I
positioning
need this.
very well from both the teams.
This goes here. Oh, this is a nice spot.
And once again, we can see
This is something nice. Like they learned they learned from the last round, maybe to send the drone and they try to get some information. So it really helped, like it helped Neon not get stuck in the trips anymore.
And I think this is one of the parts of the strategy for the defending team to get down the chamber first, because he is
He's
a
really
real
good.
threat. He's a
He's
very
quite
big threat.
I mean, we've seen him perform the way he has constantly performed.
I'm out of here.
Looks like the
A 4v3
attackers are
rating,
just gonna
and
play
all the
towards side.
attackers just
Playing towards side here, really taking the space. I mean, they're not letting
Last
the Jet
player
get any
standing.
further. 2 players down on the defender's Jet with really low HP as well as reach. But are they aware of his position? Maybe they are. Maybe he's gonna find
One
a way
enemy
that gets him
remaining.
at the same time, moving in towards the spike, but gets caught up by the Teo.
Teho actually changing his position quite well and not
Match
letting
point.
anyone know, just creeping and crawling towards the backer side of the site and just getting the Jet from the defuse.
I mean, yeah, that was a pretty sandwich situation from the Jet. Like, even though he killed Reach in that situation, there was no stopping him from getting killed by Teo.
Once again, the attackers can actually win this map
But
just
this
being
could very well be an overtime.
and if they are not careful in this round, we are seeing the first overtime of the tournament. And once again, we can see a C hit.
Also,
But
the side setup towards C.
is actually there, and we can see that Teho is actually lurking towards A.
You can see the attackers trying to break the trips. Again, moving on towards east side, which is entirely open.
But I think Fade has the read on it and
Fade has
actually
the read, it's
moves
trying to-
so fast back towards A.
You can see the pings on the map.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Here we go!
Neon on this the drone goes in to get any kind of information.
This is going to be a really difficult
Running low.
retake
Yeah.
for the defenders, because this is a 5v5 retake.
I mean, she did lose his ult, but
And
not
a
make
lot
much
of
of
HP
it.
goes down with the Teho missiles coming out, and the Raze nade is out, actually hits the Neon. And the Jet daggers are out. Everything is invested in this one round, because this is
I mean, this could practically be just the last round. That's just with a shot.
and I think this is the last round. And GG's. It was such a close match, and a very equal matchup this
Very
this
equal.
time around,
Very on
and a
par.
2-0 map lead for the Team Revenant.
Revenant.
for the moment that paranoia
खा जल्दी. And we are on to the third map right now between Revenant and Lasuria Khas, which is Bind. And as we can see, the Deadlock is down to a very low HP, and the Teho gets down by the Raze. And the Raze nade goes out. I think this is...
I think that's gonna...
That was a done for situation. And the Raze continuously popping off a 3k to start the map. And now,
Spike planted. Last player standing.
can we start this map with the Flawless? And as we can see, the picks from both the sides are really very interesting. The attackers going with a more conventional team comp, while the defenders going with a very abrupt team comp, taking Deadlock and Teho on Bind.
I mean, the player that we see playing really aggressive agents, it's suddenly on a more laid back and an agent that you can like not use to make a lot of plays or or take a lot of picks whatsoever.
And a Flawless to start the map this time. They are very held back with a 2-0 lead in the map, and the attackers do want to make a difference now. And once again, starting off with a kill on the breach. And slowly and steadily just walking up to B, making a lot of noise, getting picks at A, distributing them and just moving. And that was a really close call.
He now
And
has a Guardian, I mean, and they are gonna push him. He's getting shot at by almost every side, but could not really make much of it. But still got his one and also took a player down with him.
And as you can see, two players, both the Raze and Omen are coming from the flank, and just the Teho alone on the side.
Towards side. Looks like they're just waiting around for the trip. Maybe they are expecting the Teho to like get a pick on the Cypher just so that they can bypass the trip somehow.
Cypher getting a lot of information, knows that Teho is here, and
they instantly
TP'd.
take the TP. Maybe that was a good call by the defenders. Maybe it was a good thing that they did not rotate entirely, you know? Maybe they anticipated them to TP like that.
And they are really very aware of every position of the defenders here.
And Raze gets one on the Cypher. The plant is already down.
That's a beautiful
headshot
shot.
by Theo, and a missile on the Raze. Is he going to be able to get it? Has the Spectre on his head and gets the Raze as well.
Turnaround of a... That's actually very, very good round from the defenders.
A thrifty on the way already.
That was actually not expected, and I think the rotations that were called was not actually a very good decision.
Listening.
Looks like some of the players in the attacker stream are trying to make their way into hookah, and we're trying to understand how many players are playing towards B. It's usually the same comp. We see the Deadlock as well as Theo.
And
grouped up
this is a
towards B
very
side.
advantageous map for the defenders, because all the guns are out, while just 3 sheriffs, a marshal and a frenzy for the attackers.
Yeah, I mean, you would really expect like things not to go so wrong for the defenders. A pick on the fade here. He's trying to go for another, but Clove is holding.
Easy.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Straight for me.
Just moving a bit ahead and just Raze shifting the sights and going for a plant
And
and actually gets delayed.
Does
That's
not
a
get the
beautiful,
plant at
beautiful
all.
utility usage by Tehu to actually just shut down.
but at the same time, why? I mean, they're pushing him. They already stopped the plan, so there was no necessary need for them to push him, and they lost another gun in the way.
And a lot of economy damage to the
To
defenders,
the
here.
defenders, totally. Like, even though they were able to stop the plan and even though they got the round, the amount of damage that they dealt in the process, like in terms of gun damage, in terms of losing players, I think it ended up being a more expensive round for them.
And just on a lower buy, a lot of kills getting out for the attackers, getting a 4K.
The Deadlock looks like he's trying to play quite an aggressive angle there, trying to take on two players at the same time, and they're trying to push him, is peeking them, and is so low HP. I mean, from what I'm looking at right now, this is becoming quite.
And two players down on B side, and I think this is a call to actually move into the side, get the plant
Get
down.
the plan down.
And as we can see, there is no one in the attackers team that is actually that hurt.
No, not at all. At the same time, I mean, I think the defenders need to realize that they are defending in this team instead of like moving in so recklessly as we saw with the Deadlock. I mean,
And what we saw in the last round, getting 4 kills down and getting those 4 guns invested into this round, now we can see that the defenders have a very, very bad economy.
yeah, this would not be a rounder they would want to. They should be buying it. They should be like they should really try to like regain their economy.
But
Try to get as many.
at
picks
the
as
same
possible.
time, we have seen this team actually capitalizing on those thrifties and actually getting the job done.
Looks like the
Once
Deadlock
again-
is gonna try to do the same thing as the last round. He's gonna try to like take a more aggressive push, but might just get picked on by the Jet here, and he almost does. Is very low down to the HP, gets help instantly from the teammates.
And 2 TPs have been taken. I think this can actually be a real.
Gets
And
the raising. I mean,
the B side has actually pushed so well.
yeah, I mean, they killed the Theo, they moved into the side, and they were already aware that the Deadlock was stuck there in heaven, could not really do much, and got him killed as well. Like, this is a continuous like scenario that we keep on watching towards B side, which is making it so much easier for the attackers to take control of the side at the same time. But you can see that they don't have much of an idea. They didn't have much of an idea that the 2 players who
And
TP
through the
are still stuck in hookah and is killing their teammates.
And I think this was a really bad call. They should have planted and actually should be playing this particular game towards B rather than moving towards A.
Yeah, and like this whole scenario turned around pretty quickly. I mean,
This was
this
a
is-
very winning round for the attackers.
yeah,
And
totally. And somehow it was like entirely like just turned around out of nowhere. Just because they did not realize that 2 players of the defending team were still stuck in hookah from since they TP. Looks like
and Ray's just jumping around, getting the job done in the final moments of that round. And once again, we have seen that the thrifties are coming out a lot for the defenders.
I mean, yeah, this is exactly kind of what we were talking about. The defenders, I mean, they're kind of known for like turning around these like
Lower buy
unwinnable-
rounds round.
Yeah, unwinnable rounds into their favor. And that's exactly what they did last round. I mean, but at the same time, you keep on seeing like both of those 2 players the deadlock and the Theo playing towards B side and kind of losing side control. But look at him now. He gets one and he's gonna try to lurk in the Cypher with this deadlock ult. But it does not save
Gets
him
down
at
2.
all. He gets 2 plays just with the guard in there, but gets killed
But the
off by the
Jet
Jet.
also getting 2 there for the trade, and 2 people from the attackers do get at low HP, fighting the deadlock right there. And once again, they have all the side control, but
they
we are
have it
seeing
entirely towards
once again
B side.
2 players coming from behind, pinching them around. And I think, see, this should have been the strategy for the last round. Should have planted earlier with the man advantage, and I think that would have been the win for them
Yeah,
in
that
the
would have
last
really
round.
helped them like make their way into the last round. But
And now all the 3 players are very, very low.
yeah, they're low and they're kind of all clustered. Like they're playing together. A nice, very nice util by the breach there.
And now
A
all the
1v1,
information.
And he's well aware of the Jet's location, but he's sticking it. He's sticking the spike, and he's not even shooting one single bullet, which ends up winning them the round entirely. I mean, what's the point about on shooting now?
That's a
know?
very bad
And they
mistake
lose the-
from the
Lose the gun as
attackers.
well. On the score line. Looks like the Deadlock has a bit of a different setup this time towards speed side. She's playing all alone while Theo has grouped up with the rest of the members
And
towards A.
what we saw with them was a very back and forth in all those rounds, but the last 2 rounds have been converted really well by the defenders.
Yep, truly.
Always at a disadvantage and then converting that disadvantage into actually winning the round. Once again, the first pick goes to the attackers, but that's what we have seen in the past rounds, that continuously they get the first picks and then proceed to lose the round somehow.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do. I mean, the attackers getting the first pick has a lot to do with the defendants trying
The Cypher
so
ult comes
hard.
in with a lot of information, and the Breach is also planning that ult.
Almost gets Theo there.
And Theo
does
goes
get
down.
him. Gets traded instantly. It's on his ult. He's probably gonna try to chase the defenders here.
A lot of ults has been invested into this round by the attackers, and they want to actually, they would want to actually capitalize on those ults, and they do.
I mean, on his ult, he kills another defender. I mean, they just cannot escape this guy. Honestly, like every time he has
Another
ulted,
ult. We have seen 3 ults being invested
They
by the
don't even-
attackers this round.
Yeah, and they didn't even realize the Ray is being tucked under box there just with a stinger, a low range gun.
And now both the players actually,
Gets Cypher, but is not aware of Fate's position at
I
all.
think
and
he
she's
is-
gonna,
he
and
is aware,
now,
and-
and he gets it. What a shot!
once
4
again
kills.
at an advantage and losing the round.
I mean, this guy has clutched twice in a row at this point. He just cannot be stopped. He's insane with it.
I think this can actually be seen as a win and lose situation for Revenant, because they are
truly.
constantly losing those battles in the strategic form and in the synergic form, but the solo plays from the players have actually won them the rounds. So we have to see how much can actually the solo plays get them. For the past
Truly.
two maps, they have constantly relied on the separate plays of the players. But
Yep.
can they actually convert this into a win now?
I mean, we saw a lot of util dumpage on the Omen there. Like, yeah, the Cypher did not have anything to back it up with utility. But the Fate, she threw her eye, she threw her, you know, again, like this judge usage, man. We've seen it in finals, we've seen it in semi-finals. They are really making a lot out of this, out of their shotgun usage here. Changes the gun, is aware of the Clove. You can see both the players towards B side is like they're challenging teammates here. Looks like Clove is trying to get a move into
And a
move into
4v3
side.
now to a 3v3.
Kills, yeah, kills the Raze, kills the Omen. He's gonna try to move towards side, whereas
And a
Deadlock is
Seize
just
comes
getting
out
sampled.
and takes a TP just to move out of there.
Yeah,
the
I mean he
situation.
doesn't really have much of a choice there. It's
And
either-
now they know that no one is on B. Once again, the plant is going to go down, but do they actually can capitalize on that once again?
I mean, you
because
can see like Theo trying to get a pick on Clovia, but it's also getting pushed by Fate at the same time and dies to him. A 3v2 on the map. They're
and that was some free. That's
Spike down.
a very,
One
very,
enemy remaining. Last player standing.
and finally
the
around.
attackers won. I mean, I think maybe if the defender had just like if Breach had just like stuck there properly and stay hidden for quite a bit, maybe he could have, you know,
I don't
delayed
think
the
he was
plant.
aware of the Fade's position. I think he thought
Yeah.
that Fade actually killed the person from elbow and actually regrouped with the players again to actually play together. So that could have been his thought process in that particular situation, which is not exactly wrong.
Yeah, you cannot quite blame him in that situation. But finally, a round for the attackers. Looks like the defenders are running low on economy.
And once again,
this is the exact same fight that we saw between in the last round. The fight between Theo and Jed, where Theo was able to get a pick on him. But this time, I think the attackers did learn from the mistakes and try to turn it around.
and once again in the last round we saw that the attackers actually planting, getting with the Clove, getting 2 picks, actually equalizing the team both 3-3, and then moving into the side, getting the plant down. And that's actually how you should play those other rounds.
Yeah, totally. I saw like the way we were looking at Clove move around the side and move towards the side. It was very patient and very disciplined. The plant seems like it's going down. Stun comes in as well as the nade and kills the Raze. What good usage of util there. I mean, honestly, like she did get the plant down and such a nice util gets a Cypher out of it, but
And-
cannot get saved by his bullets.
Cypher once again actually that was a beautiful peak.
That was a beautiful peak.
Just getting out of the range of the blast and killing the breach in heaven was actually a very beautiful peak. And once again winning the round. See, this is what I'm talking about. They are continuously losing their advantage to even in this round. They were 3-2 up. And this shouldn't have been that close of a round.
That shouldn't have been totally. I think like what we are looking at here is like it's just getting its mechanical dip, you know, mechanical aim. Like that shot on Cypher by the Raze was insane, honestly. But he was also quite low from the breach util usage earlier. And
But once again, and this time,
yeah, he's waiting for it. He's waiting for him.
and gets him down to a very low HP.
This is what I'm talking about. I think the Jet has really learned, like he has understood the players will try to push towards from A side here towards Bath and try to get a pick.
Gain that shower control.
To gain the shower control, but is unable
Once
to
again,
make anything off it. Like maybe they need to really either change it up with util, or like maybe just play a little bit towards sight. You know, let the attackers come into our side and use their util to like manage the
Once
round a
again,
lot
with the
more.
clove down and the race down on A, now they are moving towards A. And I think this is what their plan is. Constantly getting a pick in.
I mean,
That's a beautiful
that's a-
series coming out of Fade.
Yeah,
Trapping the
that was
Teho.
there was nothing that could have stopped Theo from getting killed there. I mean, the DK
The
and
DK,
and the
the
vulnerable
Cs,
working
actually.
together gets the clove, and this is what I mean. Like you get her down, and she just gets
And
back on her ult.
2
A
on 2.
2v4 here. The Omen does have his ult, but
And
not
a
quite
flank.
sure what he can do with it here. I mean, they are well aware of his presence. Obviously, they hear it, and a round lost again
once
by
again,
the attackers.
like
and
we
by
saw in the
defenders.
last map, tied up once again 5-5.
Yeah, this is looking really close at the same time.
हाँ पॉज है पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है
तो मैं काफ़ी देर से देख रहा हूँ
842 पैकेट लॉस
तो 500 तो बहुत पहले से है
भाई लास्ट मैप तो लिटरली होना चाहिए था लसुड़िया खास का भाई बहुत हगे हैं ये वाला मैप भी बहुत क्लोज जा रहा है एक्चुअली
वो एक मोमेंटम की बात है एक मोमेंटम आ गया ना रेफरेंस के पास अपने अभी डिफेंडिंग कर रही है ना रेफरेंस अटैकिंग में देखना नियॉन है
अबे नियॉन वगैरह सब
डबल इनिशिएटर कॉम पे आराम से अटैक
ऑफ क्यों कर रहा है
अबे बोल दिया चीज उधर
एक and moving back into the round actually gets one, gets two now. Revenant Esports continuously getting continuously just getting bashed by the attackers here.
Yeah, I mean, they did try switching up towards B quite a bit. Like, instead of it being Deadlock and Theo towards B side, it's now Deadlock and Omen. And Omen was trying to play pretty close towards Garden there with a shotgun, but was met with a lot of resistance.
Last player standing.
Once again, this time around, they are just very consistent with the aggressive positions and the space taken by the attackers.
I mean, yeah, as you can see, like there isn't enough util towards B to stop any kind of push. Like, yeah, the players are trying. I mean, the Deadlock is moving up, playing pretty close, trying to take aggressive picks. But other than that, what util does she really have to donate that can help this? Looks like this is gonna be a push towards A side. The spike looks like it's going to be going towards path.
And once again, gaining that shower position, actually, it's going to be very, very important for them, because we have seen constantly in the past matches they are gaining that shower position.
Also, really quick TP by the Deadlock and Theo there. I don't know if you Deadlock and Breach there. I don't know if you noticed, and gets treated instantly. Like, that was a really, I think part of the reason why the defenders could win that round was that instant decision of like taking the TP, coming towards A side, which might have caught the attackers quite off guard, you know.
And taking that tactical timeout from attackers actually benefited the defenders in that half.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, totally.
And getting that, if you have won that round, I think you shouldn't take a tactical timeout, because you want that momentum to be with you.
Momentum. You want to keep it up. Totally. I agree with it.
And once again, we saw that constantly winning the first fights and then losing the round. I think that is the issue. That was the issue with the team, constantly just going in, getting the first pick, but couldn't hold their position, couldn't hold their grounds there.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this attacking half is gonna turn out for the defenders. First blood on.
One enemy remaining.
Grounded. Get him.
The drone going in got a lot of info there. And very aggressive push by the attackers, moving in straight towards Lambs. I mean, he's just trying to chase him at this point. What can I say? Like, the first
this was a
kill-
very light buy. I think everyone was on
Yeah.
classics in
Yes,
this
yes,
round,
totally.
and totally just getting all the economy they can get.
Yep, totally. I mean, Cypher left all alone. I think they anticipate, they are well aware of him being towards flank.
And you
here.
can just see Teho just pushing him, that like he knows that he's just coming from
Yep.
flank.
I mean, that's usually what you would see the role of a Cypher to be in a map like this. They usually are setting up towards site, and if there's no resistance towards the site, they push from the flank.
And constantly from the attackers this half, we have seen they're just pushing towards one side till they have equal gunfights. Like
Yeah, totally.
in the pistol rounds, and when they have an advantage, they are just aggressing into a side, bullying their way in, and not getting faced by anything.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, I was really excited to see how this half would turn out, because not only would we get to see how the Cypher is using his trips and his cages to this team's advantage, but also how the Deadlock choice of it being
And actually, a judge takes
yeah, he
down
gets,
the
he
race.
gets a taste of his own medicine there.
And once again, just waiting inside the smoke.
I mean, I think they would be really smart to not push through it. They didn't, but they got met with resistance anyways.
And that was a beautiful peek to clear that particular angle and getting the information on Teho
Just get sandwiched in the middle.
and
like he's
getting back with a flawless round here.
Yeah, a great round for the defenders here. I think they needed this. I mean, I feel like given the way that we've seen Revenant in the past matches work their way up and make a comeback so easily. I think it's necessary for the defenders to not let them gain any do not let them gain as many rounds as possible. Also, interesting trips here. This is what I was talking about.
This is actually a really good setup.
Yeah, I mean,
A very non-conventional setup.
Non-conventional, but it catches them off guard so easily, and it's so hard to break every time. The drone comes in, get the info on the jet there, pushes him back quite a bit.
And the seas from the fade. And pushing in
all the way towards Suka, gets met by Judge, and he kills both of them, and a
gets
third member
three
with
of
the
them.
classic.
But still goes down to a 2v2 and now moving towards A. They will get the plan
They
down.
will get the plan done.
And
I mean,
having more of a defensive players on the side of attackers, actually playing a post plan would be advantageous for them.
you can see the breach holding that crosshair right there for Heaven, almost trying to get the Cypher, but gets down immediately. I mean, but they are well aware of his position, so Jet is going to try to push him. Is he aware though?
That's
He's
a really
not.
good shot.
And also kills the deadlock there.
Finally, we are seeing the defenders converting those 2v2 equal fights into their favor.
Into their advantage, yep.
And once again, the scoreline is tied up to 8-8.
I mean, this is quite a back and forth. We haven't. I mean, what can I say? It's really hard at this point to, to guess or to understand what could be the end result of this map, because it's so hand in hand.
And like we have seen for the other matches in this tournament, this is not a one-sided matchup, and very back and forth rounds for both the teams. A very equal competition we are seeing here.
I'm really loving this Cypher setup, the position of the camp. I mean, he could get a full view. They're doing the same. I think they're doing the same, push again the attackers as they did last time.
And the raise is tagged.
Yeah,
and the information on Teho is also there from the Prowler.
Yep.
And this is a very excellent way to use all your util from the other side. That's what the exciting part about Bind is. Both the sides together can be utilized from the teleports, and actually the usage of utilities get a more wider range.
Looks like the Spike is trying to go towards A side, but is he aware of the Clove's presence? Maybe he is. I mean, she is just tucked into that corner so patiently, not doing anything about it. Maybe they're gonna try to send in missiles, but they are still unaware that she could be hidden here. Still not moving forward, goes back.
The rotates have been called, but we can see the attackers are moving back towards B
side with just the Cypher sitting there.
And Cypher. And once again, the Raze and the Jet are really quick on that and moving in.
Looks like the Clove goes down. And so does the Raze. Really good usage of that ult. I mean,
even the Cypher with the...
And also gets the Cypher at the same time. The side is all there. The plan goes down, just in Jet remaining in the defender's team. But looks like she's about to get sandwiched and cannot escape the fate of getting killed by the Raze. A round goes to the attackers here, 9-8 on the scoreboard.
Once again, a flawless for a flawless back and forth rounds going to each and every team. This is quite a match we are watching here. And once again, we have...
I think everything that happened in the last round could lead the defenders in a bit of a frenzy here. They could play around with different setups, because as you could see, the attackers are quite well capable of making quick decisions as last time. So just sitting here with the Judge and just gets wall banned. Just like that, could not be saved. Fade with the Odin there. Kill someone towards A side, is going to try to rotate all the way towards B with the Cypher all alone, stuck here in this little corner, and gets caught by Breach, but stops the plant though.
But
Fate
now
ult
once
coming
again
in.
it's a 2v2 situation with the deadlock having really less HP but now converted once again.
But you can see the position of the attackers. They're still stuck in hookah and in garden, and they don't have access to the spike. The Omen is going to try to get it. Great smoke by him, honestly, to separate the two attackers entirely. He's going to try to take a TP all the way towards A side. Great decision. Just leaving the deadlock all alone here. Has info that the Jet is rotating towards A. I think
But-
he's waiting. You can see him waiting. And such a nice shot on the Jet. Wow. Like, you could see like the mental game that they were playing there. Like they were leaving this Jet so confused, because even though the Omen TP'd all the way back to A, he wasn't planting instantly. He was sitting there, he was waiting.
As he had that ult in his hands to rotate
to rotate
back
all the way back to B again.
and just constantly making the Jet take a decision to
Yeah.
actually rotate or stay on the side. And actually I think that was the ideal call, to stay on the side and to just wait, and that's where the advantage was taken by Deadlock to actually get the
Get the
Pika's
kill.
advantage
Yep.
and get the kill on Jet.
Yep. First blood by the Deadlock here. Nice shot on the Fade. Waits here patiently with the shotgun and also gets a Deadlock. Tries to get this raise and he does get him as well. I mean, I've seen this guy play with shotgun so many times. He capitalizes on the these small by guns like so crazy.
And the Clove definitely is getting all the worth out of that Bucky.
Yep. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Losing those two players, like they have lost their, the player that will make them the space, that will get them entry into the site. Without that, they're just like stuck here in this middle with the spike.
And with that, they also have lost a gun. So a gun upgrade for the Clove here. And
Look, that tight angle that he was holding.
once again, I think with the tight angles, the Jet has to back down a bit.
Yep.
Always holding those very close angles, which are not even a 50-50. It's
Not
just
even a 50-50,
a 70-30. If that 30% shot doesn't hit,
Yeah,
it's a
big
70%
Big
just
risk there.
a loss there.
I mean, they had that advantage, you know what I mean? But now it's a 3v3 situation. And he gets one on the breach.
And Cypher once again really aware of the situation, and the TP comes in.
I mean, they're gonna try to get the plant down, but might just meet with resistance towards Hookah. The plant is stopped and kills the Omen at the same
But once
time.
again, we saw 4 of the people down. If the Cypher wasn't there, this was once again a round for the attackers.
Yeah, they could have just lost it very easily.
And this is not the ideal situation for the defenders here.
Yeah, it should not have been that close. I mean, I feel like part of the reason why it got that close is because Jet trying to be ambitious there, trying to get that shot on Omen, but that not working out is what really set them aback.
And once again, but now that I think of it, it was a thrifty. They didn't have that many guns with them.
True.
So that could have been the advantage. That was a very close call with the C's.
This is always the combo that we talk about in Bind, like throwing the fate the fate stuff and as well as the raids and the aid together can turn out to be really devastating in situations like this.
And getting not just a lot of damage, but could get them a man advantage there with that.
Entirely.
But with a lot of ults invested here, I think this is going to be a big hit.
Yeah,
And
you can see it entirely pushes whatever defenders were in the side all the way towards back. And also, I don't quite understand the need of this deadlock wall on top. Like, is it supposed to, what is that supposed to?
could actually eliminate one of the angles that for the attackers themselves to actually push and actually get them to an off angle. Once again, 2 of the ults invested here, a Teho and now a breach ult. And still losing kills. This is
A 1v2 here. They're well aware of the close position. He's trying to shoot.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the Cypher. and the clove at the same time. This guy is insane. This is his third clutch in this one single match, and every time he wins it with 4 kills, and every time he does it spectacularly.
This is actually madness from Omen, getting 3 4K clutches in one map.
Yeah, it's insane, honestly.
Just constantly.
I think the discipline that he has, I think the trigger control, just the calmness that he plays out these little clutches with. These are actually what's giving them a round advantage. It's what's actually winning them these rounds.
And once again,
yeah,
out with the Bucky.
You see him with the Bucky, but does not get anything here.
Finally, this time actually just waiting out for that Bucky to come up to them and not rushing into it. Actually got them that kill. And
two on the attackers here, just with a Guardian.
But immediately traded back, and that wall is actually preventing the spike right now.
Yeah, I think another ult used here to push the jetpack. I mean, they do realize that the knives are a threat in this situation. Also, the area, I mean, the location that the Deadlock is playing, I think that is wall bangable, if I'm right.
The Omen comes out, and a 2v2 situation right now.
Yeah, the Deadlock trade is like, she's waiting patiently with the judge. Is not gonna be able to get the cipher at all. Look at the Omen. He's again stuck in this 1v1 situation.
Once again, Omen for the clutch.
He does kill him, and he kills another one again. This guy is insane. He cannot be stopped. Hello.
A proper difference maker in this whole matchup.
Look at him. He is the reason why we are at match point here.
Like constantly 4 rounds. My goodness, this is actually a crazy gameplay here.
I mean, honestly, like, can you even doubt him anymore? You can't.
4 rounds to a clutch, out of which 3 were 4Ks. Getting into 1v2s at this point is not a problem for him.
I mean, this might as well could just be GG's for Team Revenant here.
And once again moving. And that is a very doubtable deadlock wall.
Yeah, I think
actually giving a lot of space to the defenders here. And to come out for...
Could not make much of the judge there, honestly. I mean, I think maybe if he had been a little bit more patient with it, maybe if he hadn't tried pushing forward with the judge there. He gets 2 again, a 3v2 on the map. A blind goes in. He's
a proper difference maker in this whole map has been Omen. And a 1v1 situation.
A 1v1. The plant is already down.
The missiles will go down.
With the missiles. Does he know he's all the way up to Hookah? Does change gun. Is aware of his position. And wins the game. Why did GG's.
Good.
This is a knife.
Thank you.